Welcome back to DeFi IoT. Today, let's talk a little bit about Cardano. You know, we've been waiting for Cardano to actually do something, and all these spikes we've had over the last few months in the crypto industry. And where has it been? It's just been sitting kind of quiet on the sidelines. I know that a few years ago, a really good friend of mine, at least I thought he was a good friend of mine, I've gotten back in touch with him after years of not being able to communicate, and asked me what I was doing. And I said, well, I'm a crypto coach, and I'm coaching these companies and these organizations, these individuals in crypto, and explaining what crypto is and how to do it. And I was kind of going through what I was doing. Oh yeah, I've been interested in that too, but I kind of feared getting involved because I see what the government's doing, the Fed's doing around the world. And it's kind of like they want to ban it. It looks like it's, it's volatile. And, I think we shouldn't get involved with it. I said to him, oh, no. You need to understand something. This is bigger than the governments. And this is why they fear it, because this is bigger than anything. This is the bigger than what the internet was, going back 30 years ago, right? And I said to him, one I would get involved in is Cardano. And he said to me, okay, I'll pick up a few shares of it. He did. And shortly after is when the market began to tank. Believe it or not, I haven't spoken to that guy since. I've talked to him, so forth. And he only bought like $100, $200 in Cardano for criminy sakes. It wasn't like he spent thousands of dollars. And I told him, whatever you do, don't sell it. It's got a good future down the road. Now, I'm not here to give financial advice. That was a good friend of mine. And I was just telling him what I'm doing in my portfolio, right? Now, I will say this, I hold Cardano. I have that in my portfolio, so I wanted to disclaim that right now. I don't have a lot of it, but I have some. Here's what I want to tell you today. Cardano's announced that they have a $681 million, give or take, in their treasury. All of ADA tokens, right? The ADA tokens. They're releasing that into the community. They're going to release that in a new hard fork coming up. They're going to release that into the community. That should inject and demonstrate and show the sincerity in the DeFi idea that Charles Hoskinson has for Cardano is to remain decentralized. And I think that's an advantage they're going to have over Ethereum. I think Ethereum is going to get punches because they went to proof of staking instead of proof of work. Now, Cardano basically is not set up on proof of work structure. I do feel proof of work is really the only way to decentralize yourself. You can try all these other ways you want to decentralize, but you're still at the end of the day going to have some sort of a centralization. The only way to decentralize it is if it's being mined by proof of work, or it's a proof of work structure that gives it this backbone and gives it security. I'll argue that to the day I'm dead, unless you show me something different where decentralization can be as decentralized and as strong without proof of work. You want to show me that? Please do down below. But put your evidence, not just your opinion. My father used to tell me opinions are like rear ends, butts. Everybody has one. Doesn't mean nothing, right? Doesn't mean like it's just there. It's not something you develop over time to make it to where somebody else wants to share that with you, right? Or listen to you, what you share. So this influx of 88 tokens coming into to Cardano, and the fact that where we're going down the road with digital and more centralized, and a lot of these cryptos are leaning centralization, especially with the new laws that are trying to pass right now in the House, where we basically will be accused of terrorists or supporting terrorism platforms if we buy or sell crypto on a platform that is not approved by the United States government. Basically what we're coming down to. It's wide open, see where it goes from there, but that's most likely where they're going to go with this. So where are we going to be looking down the road? We're going to be looking at decentralization. The more control they have, the more black market they're going to create, and more decentralization is going to grow. Look at Litecoin today, right? And the expectations of Litecoin down the road as well. And you can argue Litecoin if you want to. But I'm just saying, the more decentralized a project is, the less scrutiny they're going to have from the SEC, and the more popularity they're going to have amongst freedom-seeking crypto supporters. or people who want a free market economy and are just tired of the digital world. That's going to come down the road. People in the beginning, for convenience, are going to grab this and absorb it and say, yay, this is so easy. It's great. I love the digital dollar. I love having everything on my QR code. I don't have to carry dirty money around with me. You're going to see all this stuff out there. That's ignorance, pure ignorance, because you lost freedom for that. A digital dollar means you're not a free person with your money anymore. And really, a digital dollar is not money. That's just currency, right? And the dollar we have today is just currency. No gold, silver backing it. It's just currency. And really, I do feel that the U.S. does not want to protect the dollar. That's the reason they're spending as much as they are. The reason they're doing the draconian sanctions against Russia and against China and other countries, so that they'll just debunk the dollar and move, as the BRICS nations are doing. And they recently are having a meeting now, or soon. I don't remember which. Don't quote me on that. But I believe there's a meeting coming up. And there's like 190 nations. Well, no, I can't be right. There's well over 120 nations, I believe it is, that were at the meeting or are going to go to the meeting. I don't know. Just heard recently about this. That's incredible. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, etc., right? Saudi Arabia, amongst others, want to bag the dollar and jump on a new currency that's backed by gold and silver. And that's why I've always been saying here, now this is financial advice, buy gold and silver. We try to buy a little bit every month, physical. But you got to store it someplace, not at your home. These days you got to find some place where you're going to store it. If you can put it at home, tin can it in the ground. Man, that's all I got to say. Because eventually, with theft on the rise, and it will be on the rise. Remember something, what's coming here across these borders? I already witnessed this. I watched this for about 4 years in Ecuador because they'd let them all, the same ones, come there into Ecuador and Peru, and the crime went outrageous. It was crazy. They gave them back gun rights. The socialists gave back the gun rights to the people of Ecuador 9 months ago, 10 months ago, because they cannot handle all the crime due to the influx of illegal immigration, especially those coming from Venezuela. Sorry, I don't defend any Venezuelans, but that is just the facts. That's the way they're brought up, and they had generations of it now. So it's all about survival of the fittest with most of those people. And the attempt to kidnap my daughter in our own home was the icing on the cake for me. In a home, by the way, they had 15-foot high fences all around the house, and then 3 foot of electrical wire on top of that. And they were able to get on top of our roof, jump over it because the neighbor is so close, jump over from roof to roof to roof, and get on our roof and break in from the top and come down and try to kidnap my daughter this way. I was done with that. When my wife's walking down the street, and a native lady's walking down the street, and she got her baby, and a motorcycle comes by, 2 guys on a motorcycle, they grab the baby out of her arms and keep on going, and nobody does nothing about it. The woman chasing after her little baby, this native lady, and they just take them. The child abduction is outrageous in Latin America. That movie, Sound of Freedom, it nails it. And those who are trying to say that's not true are liars and should be questioned on where their ethics stand. I know this is a crypto channel, I'm getting off on this, but remember something. The politics plays a game in our economics. They'll go hand in hand. Bad economics or bad politics equals bad economics. Good politics, good economics. Generally speaking, hand in hand today, right? You may not agree with that. That's fine. Put your comment down below. And while you're down there, like, subscribe. We got to get this channel back up and going. Again, I've been fighting with YouTube. That's why sometimes you'll see me out just doing videos. And sometimes I just get discouraged because YouTube just shuts me down, demonetizes us after they played games with us. They got spanked and they came back and they figured out a way they can try to eliminate our channel anyway. Gave us a bunch of strikes. We got one more strike left. I'm sure because I'm saying this stuff, it's a matter of time before this channel will be eliminated. So help us grow this and get the word out as much as we can. I just like to tell you guys what's going on and how things are applied in real life scenario, right? We hear about the news, about how we apply it in our lives. Through my experience as a crypto coach and as having done my own share of mining and so forth in the past, I can tell you how you apply it in reality, in real life. So Cardano ADA, and there's probably guys out there can do even better than I can, but I take my humble approach to it because I think most of us are just that, humble beginners in crypto. Now I've got a few years in it, but I started out, 3 or 4 years ago, knowing nothing really about the crypto and the crypto world or even what blockchain was. And I've come to this point, getting involved with it. And so I like to try to help people along the way because I believe that's going to be our future to where we can find a free market economy and go. ADA is something I hold, something I'm going to continue to hold. I believe it's got a future to it. I don't know why it hasn't pumped during all these different little pumps, but that's fine for me. I'm okay with it because I know where they're going down the road. And I believe the more they can decentralize, the better off they're going to be outside of regulators' hands or grasp, as well as the confidence they're going to build in the Republic, which is you and I. Like, subscribe, DeFi OT. We'll see you in the next video.